today's video, I'm going to take you step by step from beginning to end process of doing refrigerant identification to save your equipment, save your technicians from false diagnostics, save your gas supply from being contaminated by refrigerants that shouldn't be mixed with it. Okay, so a vehicle comes into the shop, whether it's a body shop and they need to replace some parts, then you have to take off. We're in California. Bureau of Automotive Repair requires mandatory now, all shops as of 2018 must have a refrigerant analyzer. And if you would have went to any of the MAX expos where the EPA comes and talks, the Bureau of Automotive Repair comes and does their expo talks and gives you a rundown with the latest and greatest newest laws that our government are supposedly helping us with, you would know this. If not, you don't know this. But I've always had one since 1992 from the first Yokogawa GA 500, and I have not shown you guys this one in action. So you got to think of cost. Right now your technician is going over to his toolbox or the cabinet to go break out this machine. Every minute is money. You charge for this. If you're an insurance company, you're going to be paying for this. So far ADP, CCC, Mitchell, all that, they have not added this as part of their procedure to charge for yet. But this is now a necessity, and whatever happens in California usually spreads to the rest of the country. Come on, turn on here. So here in California, at my labor rate, I'm $1.88 a minute. So for every minute I'm talking, doing video, and if I'm not producing money, that's out of my pocket as a loss as a business owner. So next, so take count of the timer from when I turn this on. Now remember, you're paying for your technician to go to a cabinet or his toolbox and break this out. This is all billable hours. We're waiting for the machine to warm up. And this, you're just counting the pennies are just dropping into the garbage can right now if you're not charging for this. You just spent $2,900 for one of these. If you got the Robin Air, you're probably spending $4,000 something for one of these. So these are either in your toolbox, up in a shelf, or permanently connected to one of your machines. Okay, so now we have the start. Hit the start menu. What refrigerant? We're on 134 refrigerant. As you can see by the sticker right there, R134. Connect your hose. So let's get our hose. R134 YF. And these hoses, the filters, they're building the filters in line on the hoses now. And they even give you a spare one. That's nice. For nearly $3,000, you better at least give me one spare. Okay, so it says connect hose to analyzer. Okay, hits start, connect hose to analyzer, calibrating. It's now going through the calibration mode. Keep on counting the minutes and keep on adding $2.88 a minute as we're going through all these processes. Of course, if you're in other parts of the country, your labor rates will vary. But we're in California and we're in the Silicon Valley area, and you're not getting a house for under $1 million unless it's a 80-year-old wreck that needs to be remodeled for another $250,000. Connect to source. Take off source. Grab coupling. Get fitting coupling. Pull back like an air fitting. Put down. Strap. Screw down. The start flow. Hit test. The dollars are going away like this. Okay, for a recovery you only get paid 4/10. By book you get 4/10 of an hour for doing a recovery. But did you know when you're doing a recovery on a dual AC system, you might be there a half hour, 40 minutes in cold weather if you can't start the car and it was a wrecked vehicle? Especially with the YF, with the new machines that keep recovering the refrigerant, allow it to come back up in pressure. If it doesn't pass, it goes into recovery mode again, and it keeps doing that. If you're on a dual or large capacity system, or a system that has a good blocking expansion valve that actually doesn't bleed through, I personally know some of the B&W guys do not want to do some of the B&Ws with the new YF because they're on commissions and bonuses for how fast they go, and they'll complain it'll take 2 hours, 2.5 hours on cold mornings on vehicles they can't start, or it's not cold or not warm, just to do a recovery. So that's all lost money. Disconnect from source. Okay, unscrew your port, pull coupling up, off. Results: 100% R134, 3.2% air. That's actually a pretty significant amount of air. It's not grotesquely bad, but that's a pretty good chunk of air there. 0.8 would be nice. Having 3% is pretty bad, but I've seen 6%, 8%, 20%. All right, so that is it. Now look at the timestamp, take that note down, multiply that by your shop rate. Remember, you got $3 grand here, and this is only going to do so many tests before it breaks down, and you have to send it for repairs and get another one. Or if you have one of the older models, you're going to go to send it for repairs and find out they no longer support it, there's no parts, and you're going to be forced to buy a new one. So no matter what, you're going to be paying money out of pocket to perform these tests. Remember that. Down to the minute. So now you could put your tool away. I could hit print. And this report goes with your receipt, invoice, any notations you have. This is mandatory, and it is to be kept on file in your records. And this is something I've always done anyway, so it's no change for me because I've always done it. But for you guys who are new, who don't know it, you know, don't rely on your shop owners or managers to know anything. They only need to know how to make money, and that's all they care about. And every time you bring something up new, they look at you like a deer with the, you know, got the headlights caught in the eyes, like, oh, I didn't know that. So that's it. Shutting down, ready to shut down. Yes, shut down, and it goes through a shutdown process. Pack it away, put it away. Now your technician's going to be bringing it back to his box or back over to the cabinet, put it away under lock and key, depending on the type of personnel you have there and where you're located, because you got $3 grand or more tied up right here. And that's it on doing a refrigerant analysis. Saved my ass many times, especially when you have different gases mixed in there, especially with the new YF. Now guys are looking to put new gases in there. See you guys on the next video. Adios.